Hey everybody, I'm going to give a little guitar lesson on what's got to be one of the greatest Beatles songs ever, which is saying a heck of a lot, isn't it? In my life. I'm going to show you how I've played it over the years in a duo. Um, and when you're in a duo, sometimes, just trying to play things just like it's the album all the time doesn't work. And even though the Beatles aren't that complicated, I mean, it's not like Emerson, Lake, and Palmer or something. They each part is essential. So if you just have two people and you're sitting there on the guitars, sometimes you want something that's a little more solid, a little more open chordy. And In My Life on the album is in A, and I play it down in G. But I'm going to show you how I've played it over the years in the key of G. And Ken and Dave play this song. And I don't know what he does on the piano, but when we play it, it always sounds good and it sounds like the Beatles. And so here's how we do it. Boy, this Gibson is nice. It's perfect for this kind of song, kind of electric-y, but also kind of open chordy. So I'm going to play it in G, and I'm hybrid picking, which it's not really fancy hybrid picking, but I have a pick. I have a pick in between my thumb and forefinger. Then my middle finger I'm using to pick the upper string. So play a G chord with the B string and the low E string. So play open B string and then the fat E string on the third fret, like a G chord, and then come up and hit that top note of the G chord with the upbeat of your pick. And then use your pick and go on the B string and then a D. And then see, the nice thing about playing it like this is you've got that kind of nice D chord. So I'll do that again. So that's kind of the main theme of the song in G. Okay, now the next part, I'm going to show you how I play it with in Ken and Dave, and I've in the Silverbird Duo we played this sometimes. This is how I played it. I think the guitar chords, just the straight up guitar chords, go. There are places I remember all my life, which will work with what I'm playing. But I'm going to show you something different. Now maybe I'll play through that at the end. But the part I'm playing goes. There are places I remember all my life, though some have changed. See how you get that walk down? If you just got two people, that walk down sounds great. Places I remember all my life. So if you don't have a bass player, so it's just G. Then you go to a B minor chord, but you really don't need to play the whole B minor chord. All that walk down is just these three strings. D string, G string, B string. So you got a B minor, and then that's a G7th, but you really only have one finger and it's on the third fret of the D string, and then these two are open. And then you have a C chord, but again, it's just the you don't need to play the whole C chord because you're only on these two strings. Then you play a C minor chord like that with on the first fret of the D string and the first fret of the C string. And if you want to get fancy, you can put your pinky up there on the. Sometimes I do that, but to get that top note. But you just go. Another nice thing about being in G, you've got those kind of nice hammer-ons that don't, G's a good key. So there are places I remember all my life, though some have changed, some forever sus to an A. Get that kind of suspension chord. Then a C minor. In my life, I loved you. Back to G. So that's kind of the main thing. So the places I remember all my life. Let me try. There are places I remember all my life. Though some have changed, some forever, not for better. Some have gone, and some remain. All these places have their moments with lovers and friends. I still can't recall. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I loved you all. I'm messing up. There's the main theme. But of all these friends and lovers, there's no one compares to you. And these places lose their meanings when I think of love as something new. Oh, I know I'll never lose affection for people and friends that went before. Oh, I never know, stop and think about them. In my life, I love you more. Now, the harpsichord, I'll show you how I play the harpsichord because it's got an extra passage in it. So here's how I do it. You got the G, then that, and I just play it like that. And you know, you couldn't, I don't think it matters if you just want to play with one note, just on that F sharp, and get some of that kind of, so you go. But we'll do it, here's how I do it. So G, B minor, then an E minor, and it's all off those three strings. So you don't have to just play it off the three strings. B minor, E minor, then back to that F sharp, then a C, then a C minor. Remember that C minor is open G string, then those two strings on the first fret. We'll do it again. So we got what a freaking great song. Oh my gosh, that's a great song. Now, you know, they ought to let the Beatles, you know, as they said in China, thousand flowers bloom. They ought to let people play those Beatles songs, because the one thing about all those Beatles songs is that everybody tries to play them to a T and copy all those old recordings from 1964 or whatever. And with production and some of the advancements in music, gear-wise, if nothing else, those songs could be done so beautifully, kind of like Stephen Foster or something, you know. I mean, so many, they're just the pure song aspect of them. And I wish they'd let more people play those songs without making it such a big legal deal. But now there is a rhythm part. And I'm going to show, what I showed you is what I play and what I played for years. But but I think it would be the part where he sings. So you've got this. I guess that would be about the same, or just maybe maybe just now here's, I guess, there are places I remember all my life, and I'm pretty sure, even though it looks like different chords, but I'm pretty sure those will work. There are places I remember all my life. There's that sus chord. All these friends and lovers, there's no compared to you. And these places, so you can do those hammer-ons in G. It's such a better chord, just if you're playing places lose their meaning when I think of love. There's something I know I love. People and friends I still can't call. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I love you more. Harpsichord. Sounds like Bach all of a sudden. That's George Martin, the fifth Beatle, deservedly called that. Here we come, Hank. Oh, I know I'll never lose affection for people and things I wouldn't call. Some are dead and some are living. In my life, I loved you all. There's that. In my life, I love you more. What a great song. And that's how I've played it for years, in the key of G. The one thing, I'm quite sure that the rhythm chords I played just now, which are kind of the album chords transposed down to G, will work with this that I was playing, because I played it with other people and it always sounds terrific. But this is the part that I don't think is like the album. Places I remember, but you get that walk down. It just sounds great. And really, that's why I gave this lesson. I thought, that people like that walk down is what's cool. And that'll go. It'll work perfect. It'll just sync up. The chords wouldn't look the same on paper, but it'll work well musically if you do that. What a great song. And a lot of those 60s songs were done so well. A lot of them were done with electric guitar bar chords, which, by the way, is kind of a dying art in my opinion. I don't know. I don't think a lot of the newer guitars are as good for all those bar chord songs, unless you get kind of a vintage style guitar. But sometimes if you're playing in a little duo or something, you don't have a big band, and then it's nice to transpose them to a little more acoustic guitar friendly key. And by the way, that's down a little bit, so it's a little easier to sing, which a lot of times doesn't hurt a bit, does it? Thanks. God bless.